and make judgments about what happened. I like to see the kind of responsibility that we used to see when situations like this were dealt with, where you say, look, we see what's on this video.
Another late news
and
day.
There's an investigation that's underway, and we are keeping an eye on it, and we're going to find out, we're going to see where it leads. We're going to allow them to do this. I'm watching to see what happens to a man named Ned
It's going to be another
Pettis.
late news day.
Ned Pettis is the Columbia safety officer. Columbus, Ohio safety officer, and he urged everyone not to rush to judgment. And we all saw what happened to the city manager in Minneapolis, who said the same thing, who said, hold on, everybody, let's just go through the process. Let's see what happened in this situation. Let's go through it play by play. And he lost his job.
Where is this coming from?
I hope Ned Pettis doesn't lose his job for urging a little bit of circumspect, a little bit of caution, a little bit of maturity and responsibility when we look at these situations, to not rush to judgment.
Oh. Is the stream actually working now? I guess we got it all figured out.
I like to see the kind of responsibility that we used to see when and he lost his job.
Where is this coming from? Whoops. Okay, so all right. There's nobody coming in here, and my stream is already messing up, so. What's up, Yermeshi? I'm doing alright. I'm gonna go ahead. I see you're in here, so I'm gonna talk at you for a minute, Yermeshi. This is a stream just for you. So, I'm just gonna read some goofy stuff from Fox News really quick. Or rather, we'll watch this clip here. I'll hit refresh on it so it'll start it from the beginning. Because this is goofy. Don't care about. You don't need any more of my money, Fox News. Come on. This is so stupid. Fox News, you do not need my money. You get plenty of money from the giant ass corporations.
Rush to judgment over a deadly police shooting. This is a tragedy. There's no denying that. But Democrats in the media racing to politicize an officer killing 16-year-old Michaela Bryant, who had a knife in her hand and was lunging at another girl. Instead of waiting for all the facts, the White House said this.
She was a child. We're thinking of her friends and family and the communities that are hurting and grieving her loss. We know that police violence disproportionately impacts Black and Latino people in communities, and that Black women and girls, like Black men and boys, experience higher rates of police violence.
Nothing she said was controversial.
The media are trying to downplay the dangers of knife fights. Former Obama White House advisor Valerie Jarrett tweeting, quote, a police officer immediately decided to shoot her multiple times in order to break up a knife fight.
Yeah, I'll get here.
The CNN guest said this.
And the question we have to ask ourselves, what if it were your daughter? What if it were your child? What if it were a member of your family, your neighbor, in essentially a teenage fight, a schoolyard fight?
But maybe they should listen to the girl wearing pink who could have been stabbed.
So the thing that fascinates me about this is, I'm not going to play this. The thing that fascinates me about this is, you had the Parkland shooter, you had Dylan Roof, you had everyone that everything that happened January 6th. Right, that was downplayed by Fox News, where people brought guns, all kinds of shit. People actually murdered people on the spot, and they were arrested without issue, right? But when we have a knife, Kyle Rittenhouse, exactly. Geninator, Facebook Live wasn't working. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry, but yeah. So I was just saying, we have Fox News talking, of course, trying to downplay. I guess that from your name being Geninator 3000. Thanks for coming through. But so here we have Fox News attempting to portray the quote unquote liberal media as talking crazy talk because knife fights are dangerous. This girl in the pink here could have been killed. She could have been stabbed. And that's why the police had to absolutely dump the fucking magazine into Ma'Khia Bryant here. But what they fail to talk about is that regularly, whether it's Kyle Rittenhouse, the kid that did the Parkland shooting, Dylan Roof, any number of the people that raided the Capitol on January 6th, right? You have all these instances where white people do things that directly result in the deaths of multiple people. They're arrested without incident. You know what I mean? Dylan Roof they brought him Burger King, pull a bulletproof vest on him and brought him Burger King. But when it's black kids in the street, you just got to dump the magazine. And meanwhile, you have places like Fox News that will justify this and spin right on their heels and talk about how the January 6th people were just letting off a little steam. You know what I mean? Or that people like Dylan Roof and the like are just mentally ill, right? When black people who are mentally ill, like what happened in Philadelphia, they get the mag dumped in them, right? And so here we have this piece that's titled Baltimore Police Department Losing Officers Over Pay and an Anti-Policing Climate. And I'm glad the anti-policing climate is in quotes because it's bullshit. And I'm going to show you why it's bullshit in a moment after I read this here. And it's cool that they actually have Baltimore City FOP tweets here. It's interesting. So the Baltimore Police Department is losing officers at a faster rate than last year due to pay, working conditions, and the anti-policing climate, according to the Baltimore City Fraternal Order of Police. So it seems like lots of Baltimore City police are quitting their jobs. That's good. If you're a police officer, you should probably quit your job because you're a piece of shit and you do piece of shit work and you work for a piece of shit system. Now, of course, people are going to hear that and think, well, the crime is going to skyrocket, blah, 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 blah. First of all, in New York, they demonstrated that when the police stopped going out, crime decreased. Imagine that. When you don't have a bunch of people looking to criminalize people, then the crime actually reduces. And some dumbass in my comments was talking about how speeding is a crime, a federal crime or some shit like that. I'm glad that person is gone. But number two, the crime wouldn't exist if we actually had adequate funding for community programs and that sort of stuff. So, while the police are quitting, I'm hoping those funds are diverted to things like after school programs, safe usage sites, those sorts of things, the sorts of things that normal and regular and, well-meaning and empathetic societies have, right? So, in a Twitter post, the group said the city's force has lost 81 officers this year, while suggesting patrol has fallen below 700 sworn-in officers and is 500 cops short. And those are some tweets. Word is Police Commissioner Harrison will need to close 2 police districts. As of today, patrol has fallen below 700 sworn officers. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. A spokesperson for the Baltimore Police Department did not return Fox News' request for comment. Baltimore Mayor Brandon M. Scott's office was also contacted for comment. Police forces throughout the U.S. have come under intense scrutiny over the past year as a number of black men and women have died during encounters with law enforcement. This week, a jury found former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin guilty on all 3 charges brought against him in the death of George Floyd. Daunte Wright was killed earlier this month in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, after an officer fired her gun instead of her taser. Micaiah Bryant was fatally shot Tuesday by a young Columbus, Ohio Police Department officer while apparently attempting to stab another person. And what they leave out of that is that the Micaiah Bryant was being jumped, and, you know, say what you will. I'm not saying I would do this, but if I was getting jumped by like 3 or 4 people, or rather, if someone is getting jumped by like 3 or 4 people and they pull a knife because they think that that's the only means to defend themselves or whatever, then, you know, it is what it is. I heard Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor. Yeah, I did hear that. I don't really care about that though, honestly. Anyway, I appreciate you bringing it up, but it's not really. It's neither here nor there, honestly. Reality is a simulation. It's official. I mean, we had a reality TV star, fake billionaire president. So Caitlyn Jenner running for governor is really like, we had Arnold Schwarzenegger as governor of California. Like, it's kind of par for the course at this point. There's really no one you could tell me that's running for office that it would surprise me at this point, because that's how stupid America is. But anyway, these tragedies and others like them have sparked pervasive public calls for police reform, which have been proposed via various methods ranging from improved training and transparency, measures to Fade Runner, measures to adjusting protocols and changing the disciplinary process. There have been calls to defund the police and reallocate those funds to other priorities. You've heard me say that like 5 seconds ago on the stream. There have also been calls by some to abolish police forces in their entirety because they are allegedly inherently racist, as Representative Rashida Tlaib, a Democrat from Michigan, has suggested. They are inherently racist. Look into the history of slave patrols and black codes, and you will understand the history of policing in this country. I'll read Rashida Tlaib's tweet. Rashida Tlaib is mad fine. It wasn't an accident. Policing in our country is inherently and intentionally racist. This is facts. Daunte Wright was met with aggression and violence. I am done with those who condone government-funded murder. No more policing, incarceration, and militarization. It can't be reformed. Which is all facts. Totally facts. Now, we understand how leading this headline is, right? Just from what I've told you, and specifically about the Baltimore Police Department. So they have an anti-policing climate in Baltimore City for the Baltimore Police Department, right? We understand this. Now, let me show you this. This is what's known as the Gun Trace Task Force, right? And without getting too far into what each individual member of this Gun Trace Task Force did, suffice it to say, they basically functioned as a state-sanctioned gang in Baltimore City, planting drugs on that gang members do as part of gang initiations. This particular little task force within the Baltimore Police Department was doing. Officers in the Elite Gun Trace Task Force carried out a campaign of robbery and extortion stretching back at least 3 years and often targeting suspected drug dealers, prosecutors say. The officers allegedly pocketed hundreds of thousands of dollars they discovered while searching the homes and cars of criminals and some innocent civilians too. The federal corruption case spread beyond the city as authorities arrested a Philadelphia police officer and charged him with helping distribute drugs stolen by members of the Gun Trace Task Force. These are the 9 officers involved. So these 2 were convicted, and all 7 of these pleaded guilty, and they were also convicted naturally, and they are all charged and sitting in jail. Officer Tatum. Oh, this guy who tries to say that police are actually good is a black dude that thinks police are good. Yeah, he's biased towards cops. Yeah, he sucks. So that's all I wanted to say on that. I'm just going to play Mortal Kombat now. Time for some MK. Time for some MK. The police are trash. The police will always be trash.
Fight.
like all the pleaded guilty people are black. Oh yeah, the police officer, the main police officer. So here's a bit of trivia here. So first of all, it should be known that Baltimore City is like 60% black in terms of its population, so it is not at all representative of the country as a whole. Because the country as a whole, like the United States of America's black population is like 12, 13, anywhere between 12 and 15%, depending on which numbers you're looking at and which period of time, right? But Baltimore City is like 60% black. White people actually represent like a large minority, but white people actually represent a minority in Baltimore City. Have I watched a new movie yet? No, I haven't, Big P. I want to, though. I probably will after this. But anyway, like I was saying, so Baltimore City Police, fact list, Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and the Mortal Kombat movie sucked. Really? I've talked to a bunch of people that said it was awesome, so I guess I've gotten such mixed reviews. People are either talking about how it's the greatest movie ever, or that it's, like the shittiest movie ever, and I really don't know which way to go with that. But just so I could tell this story really quick before I get too far distracted. So the officer that killed Freddie Gray, Caesar Goodson Jr., was actually a guy that used to babysit me. Well, he didn't used to babysit me, but rather he worked as a mechanic before he was a police officer. And when my father used to get his car serviced at this mechanic shop in the county, he would leave me there, and this dude Caesar Goodson Jr. would actually, like, you know, watch me and stuff when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. And when he quit that job to become a police officer, everyone actually made fun of him because they thought he was too nice to be a police officer, if you can believe that. And lo and behold, like 25 years later, he ends up in one of the most prolific cases of police brutality in recent memory. Oh, man. Big slushed up. Yeah, see, I think it's how how everything is, where people go into it expecting it to be exactly like the video games, and that's kind of silly in my opinion. You can't really do that. As long as there's good gore and the characters that I want to see are all in there, then it's going to be good to me. You're expecting MK9 through 11? See, and that's what's crazy, is because MK9 through 11 is the shittiest Mortal Kombat story. And I mean the shittiest Mortal Kombat story. They completely fucking ruined every character. And I mean every character. Okay, hang on. I'll tell you why it sucks in a second after I beat this fucking Leon. There's one plot device that's just terrible. So MK9 through 11 ruined Mortal Kombat's entire story. I'll tell you how in a second. What the fuck? thought she was gonna jump. It's a bad read. What? Okay. Most of the roster got clapped in one scene, so that right there is bad enough. They destroyed the origins for all the characters, right? So MK1, MK2, MK3, and to an extent MK4 and Deadly Alliance and Deception, right? He's no one's posting spoilers. If you haven't played Mortal Kombat 9 yet, then you deserve to have that game spoiled.
Round 1, fight.
Riot ribs. I definitely blocked that. Why did it fucking misread my input right there?
Round 2, fight.
Shut up and come.
Deadly Alliance was dumb. Yeah, I mean it could have been good, but it's
Fight.
God, this Melina sucks.
Finish him.
So the original games, there's two characters that got fucking ruined specifically. Well, one character that I can think of specifically at MK9 that got ruined, and that's Sindel, right? Sindel and Melina, actually, two characters. Ironically, since it's Melina I'm playing against now, Sindel and Melina. What were Sindel and Melina's backstories in the original MK? In the original MK, in MK2 and MK3, in MK2, Melina was actually, like, Tarkatan and was Kitana's half-sister. Like, there wasn't any weird, like, she wasn't aggressively, like, evil and stuff. Like, she actually had kind of a tragic backstory, Melina did, is because she wanted to be fully Edenian. That's why she really loved Kitana and Jade, all that good stuff, right? Now she's like this crazy feral animal, murderous, like bloodlust, like super. What was Sindel's origin? Sindel was actually the opposite of what she's portrayed as now, where she actually cared about her people as an Edenian. That's how much she despised Shao Kahn And that's how much she loved her husband and her daughters, right? Is that she straight up committed suicide to fuel the magical charm that would close off Edenia from Shao Kahn. And that's what made that so tragic, is the fact that it failed, right? Or I'm sorry, she committed suicide to escape Shao Kahn. And in the new timeline, they just have Sindel as like this hyper-sexualized, scheming, conniving, power-hungry woman. Like, they just fucking ruined the deep, rich backstory that all these characters had just to turn them into tropes, right? And not many people know this, but Jax's arms were originally just covers for his real arms. Oh, that was out of range. Rest in peace. I thought Deception was pretty cool. Quan Chi resurrected it? No, dude. She in MK11. See, this is the field about Shao Kahn in this game. Was that she killed King Jared? She actually killed King Jared because she wanted control of Edenia. She killed King Jared to be with Shao Kahn in MK11. So I got distracted. That's why I lost there. This variation, yeah, this variation's wild.
Round. Fight.
Right when I decided to press buttons. That was the aftermath story. We found out that that's why people were so pissed off about aftermath story, is because you found out Sindel killed King Jared. Whatever DLC they added Sindel in, that's when you found out that Sindel killed King Jared. Watch it on YouTube. That's why I did it. I didn't pay for shit for this game, actually.
Fight.
That was a whiff command grab. Oh, come on.
Time's money, mate.
The bird's coming from the stream. It's the background of the map, my guy.
Round 2. Fight.
I'm pulling rank.
The fuck? Oh my fucking god, dude.
Finish him. Fatality. Kano wins.
Down one in the strings? Yeah, it's fucking goofy. But that's the name of this game. And I'm goofy because I keep trying to forward 3 instead of actually, like, doing a standing 1 or something, so it beats me out every time. Excuse me.
Scarlet. Jax. Wuxi Dragon Grotto.
Bleeding you conflicts me.
Got no qualms beating you senseless.
In that case, I shall feast.
Round 1.
Let's beat on this fucking
Fight.
Scarlet. They really retconned everything for Sindel's DLC. What you're saying there is whiff command grabs. Hello, excuse me? They ruined Scarlet in this game? Well, they ruined her story, yeah.
Fight.
But her moves are OD. No, they straight up retconned it. What the fuck?
Final round. Fight!
What?
Finish him! Scarlet wins.
I mean, everyone had a better move list than MK9. The game was busted.
Round 1. Fight!
I'm pulling rank.
I'm stupid. Nope.
Round 2. Fight!
I definitely took that throw.
Finish her!
I know he's mad about that. You're playing as Scarlet and you let Jax outzone you. Come on now. Can't have that. Can't do that silliness. It's too silly.
Round 1. Fight!
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Mash that one out.
Round 2, fight.
I know this dude's mad. I know he's mad.
Final round, fight.
Rest in peace.
Brutality.
Now that's just sad.
Jax wins.
Jax wins. I know that dude's mad. Put him right in the corner. Put him in the corner, make him guess wrong. You know the game of the game. You know the name of the game. You know the vibes. Put them in the corner and make them guess wrong. Nah, you're yellow bar. You don't get to play against me if you're yellow bar with Wi-Fi. You're not gonna cook my connection so you can get an easy W. I guess I forgot to mute the tab. Again, yet again. I'm not gonna play like 2 more and then end the stream because I might now. It is Friday, so an RNH stream is not out of the question. I might come back later tonight once I get my hunt situation figured out and once I get Naraka Blade Point reinstalled. Because I did get a beta invite for Naraka Blade Point. Ooh, a Nightwolf. I haven't played a Nightwolf in a while.
Jax, Coliseum Beast Pen.
Richard's Night Hours?
Round
Yeah.
1. Fight.
That's what RNH stands for. If you know who was in Paris, then you know who RNH streams are for. Sheesh.
Ancestors, give me strength.
Round 2. Fight.
Good round.
It's been a long day.
Hot neck bones round winner.
Final round. Fight. Finish him.
Sheesh, what a round.
Jax wins.
Oh, that was a flawless victory. I had him schmixed. Put that man, he wasn't even in the corner, and I put him in the blender.
Round 1. Fight.
Get up and fight.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, just use up both bars at the beginning of the match like that.
Finish him. Mercy.
Yo, I'm a dickhead for that. I'm a dickhead for that one right there. I'm goofy for that.
Finish him.
Say great. See, everybody keeps saying that about the MK movie, Scabby. Yo, I'm an asshole for that. I'm surprised he ain't hop on the Mac to cuss at me after that one. I'm a dickhead for what I just did right there. That was toxic. That was extraordinarily toxic. It only could have been more toxic if I would have teabagged him after I did that. That would have been way too much toxicity. That would have been elephant's foot. Hard R baiting? Oh, that's all this stream is just just dropping them hooks. So go ahead and throw that hard R out there so I can cook you. Ooh, the rank up. A lot of Easter eggs and inaccuracy. Word. I mean, so I don't think and here's why I gotta say again that nothing ruined these characters more than this game and the 3 games before it. Or excuse me, 2 games before it. Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 9 and this game. All 3 absolutely fucking destroyed any of the good backstory that any of these characters might have had. This is how you want to play, bruh? You want to do the stomp spam? Yeah, he's mad. He knew what time it was immediately. As far as I'm concerned, you can't do any worse than these 3. There's no possible way you could ruin these characters any worse than these actual games that are considered actual canon have ruined these characters. That's how I feel about it. So I'm going into it with the bar set extraordinarily low, because if you're mad that the movie wasn't exactly like the first 3 games, guess what? That means you hate these last 3 games too, because they took whatever was created by those games and completely shitted on them and turned all these dope characters into fucking tropes. So the bar is set extremely low. If you did better than these last 3 games in terms of story, I'm gonna love this movie. The gore and the special effects is already all there for me from everything that I've seen of the previews and the photography, like the principal photography and stuff. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I might do a stream tomorrow about it, but the way I feel about it is we already know that it's not going to be like the first 3 games, right? And it's not going to be like the first 2 movies. So off the bat, our expectations are kind of sort of more or less set. And with these last 3 games, the way that they've games, and that right there means that I'm going to enjoy the movie pretty much no matter what. And I feel like a lot of the people that thought that the movie sucked, I feel like they don't understand how shitty the story in these last 3 games is. You know what I'm saying? They don't appreciate how truly terribly the characters have been ruined in these games.
But I survived. You didn't.
Round 1, fight.
Nope, no sir. Of course, down 3 grab. Nope, stop it.
Oh yeah, sucker.
Round 2, fight.
The Walker Texas Ranger kick. Bruh. What? That was a whiff move on his part too.
I will destroy you. Final round. Fight!
Oh my god. I can't believe I fell for that.
Finish him! Noob Saibot wins. Round 1. Fight!
Can't believe I'll let him do that. Random slide.
Round 2. Fight!
Down 3 grab.
Shit.
That's a low?
Time's up, punk.
Final round. Fight!
Down 3 grab. Okay. Riot ribs. No big game. Yeah, that's Johnny Cage in the back.
Jax wins. Round 1. Fight.
3 grab, naturally. Blender time. Just throw him in the blender. Put him in the corner, make him guess wrong.
Fight.
I can't believe I didn't hit.
Beware the shadows. Final round. Fight.
This is not reading my inputs. Oh yeah, you can't block that.
Finish him.
Oh, look at him. He thinks he's nice.
Noob Saibot wins.
He got fucking smoked last round and got touched that round and is gonna teabag because he thinks he's good. Like I wouldn't beat his ass in a best of 5. Why did I accept this?
Raiden. Jax.
This man's gonna lag me up.
Round 1. Fight.
Before the storm.
Okay,
Round
Donald Trump.
2. Fight.
I was holding L2.
Jax wins.
Alright, if I win this next match, that's going to be my last one. If I lose, I'm going to do one more after that, and then that's going to be my last one, win or lose.
But for round one, fight. Round two, fight.
I knew he was going to brainless that wake up, or that fatal.
Final round, fight.
What in the fuck was that? The game just decides randomly what inputs I want to do. Getting them guts.
Brutality. Jax wins.
Jax wins. And that's going to be it for me for tonight. I might be back on later with some Naraka or some Hunt. We'll see. But thanks for coming and checking me out. I hope you guys have a good night.